Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. So, imagine my surprise as I checked the stagecoach after the last mission, and we have a new Seeker Grave Robber at our disposal. We're gonna go ahead and pick up Baudry here.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
And I really want to see a Grave Robber survive a little bit. So what I'd like to try to do is get like a short apprentice level 1 mission going with maybe, does Thaon have point blank? No. Maybe something like this. Let's see, she's got pick to the face from the 3rd slot, thrown dagger from the 3rd slot, poison darts from the 3rd slot, and toxin trickery. That should be okay. Ugh, slow draw. Gotta get the daggers out of the quiver faster. Quiver? That doesn't seem right. Do we keep daggers in a sheath? If they're throwing daggers, I don't really know. The accuracy versus unholy is nice though, and heal skills. You'll have fear of the eldritch and slow draw. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pop into the Warrens for a short level 1 mission with just the hopes of getting Baudry here up to level 1. And then, I don't know, I may spend a little bit of time trying to get her leveled up, or we might start heading further into the level 3 missions. We might do, one of each every other time, just to give her an opportunity to de-stress a little bit. Now, one thing I do know is we don't have a dedicated healer, as all of our occultists and vestals are other levels, so I am going to be bringing a lot of food. We're going to the Warrens. It's just a short mission. I'm thinking we'll do like one of each, something like that. 1 key. Okay. We've got food, we've got torches, we've got shovels, we got other stuff, so that should be just fine. And we'll cross our fingers and hope that the curse of the Grave Robber does not strike again. I would really love to see one of these characters get leveled up. I just realized, admittedly, I did not equip her with any trinkets before we left. Maybe that's the problem, though. Maybe the trinkets are cursed.
War against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
All right, we've got to do 90% scouting. So like down, over, up. It's really not a good way to... You have to backtrack. What else? So 2... Yeah, I guess that's the most efficient path. Down, over, up. We'll backtrack there, and then over, and then backtrack there, and then over. 3. But I don't see any other way of doing it, so we'll go ahead and get started. Got a little pile of bones with some loot. Seems like a fortuitous start. And then immediately we exhaust a shovel.
These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Okay. Well, hopefully these early tunnels are going to not be a resting place for any of these characters. Come on, Baudry. I've got faith in you. You've got purple hair. I mean, come on. Dinner cart and... Nice.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Alright, so the amount of food I bought may have been overkill. Considering we just picked up a ton more. Alright. Okay. No. I'm gonna need you guys to really pull it together here, please. Okay, that's interesting. So thrown daggers, after the patch from yesterday, thrown daggers is now a bleed debuff to like synergize with other characters. That suppressing fire will be able to get a kill as well as debuff there. So I think that makes sense. So it's now a bleed chance debuff. That's like interesting considering You know, she herself does not actually have the ability to make people bleed. You've got... What can I do here? What can I do here? Let's go ahead and break through. We'll crit the corpse. That makes perfect sense. And then miss again. Alright, guys. Just relax. Just relax. 7, and I can do 3 to 6. I'm gonna go ahead and adrenaline rush to get my damage back in the other direction. Okay, good resist, and I guess blind fire is really the only thing with a chance. Pick to the face. Okay, about half. And there we go. Alright.
Them no quarter.
Not too terrible. I don't think we exactly knocked it out of the park there, though. We do have all this yummy food to just heal ourselves back up to full. That is at least something. Alright. And into the next room. Okay. We do just need to get 90% of rooms explored, which means nothing stopping them from all just being empty rooms. Like, I'd kind of be okay there. Empty rooms, fingers crossed. Anybody? Anybody? Let's see. Try for the double stun, considering neither of these guys have acted yet. Sweet. Taking them both out of the fight for a turn seems to make sense. And then she can't hit the front. 4 to 9 for any of them. Or she could try for a poison. 100% blight resist doesn't exactly make that seem like the greatest of ideas. Let's go ahead and just double up on the swine drummer between her and the arbalist. It doesn't quite get it done. 1 HP left. Okay. And Duelist Advance can get the back though. Except it has to hit the back. Okay. A little bit of blight. I don't have any more of the Healy things. Okay. One sort of interesting change that also occurred. Apparently, the medicinal herbs healing bleed and blight was a bug and not intentional, so it has been removed, which was kind of surprising to me that that was not a thing that they intended for it to do. It's one of those good bad bugs that I kind of would have been okay with just sticking around, but oh well. Alright, well, if we could have acted first, we could have killed him. With 5 HP left, I think that will do it. Alright.
This expedition at least promises success.
Not the worst blight in the world on her. Okay, back to 18. The food is doing a fine job. Because we do just have to explore. I mean, it's possible we just have a nice, quiet saunter through the dungeon's depths and encounter nothing that wants to kill us. Except these guys immediately want to kill us. Okay. Is this the bleed? I'm kind of curious who the Thrown Daggers is designed to synergize with, you know? Is there a character that has a particularly poor bleed chance? Or is it designed to allow bleed... Oh, nice. Allow bleed to be used against characters that otherwise would just be immune to it. Oh man. Not a dodge. It still debuffs me even if they dodge it, which seems a little unfair. That bleed will get him down before he's able to act again, though. So that at least is something. To the face to soften him up. And then
the beast, the greater the
luckily
glory.
Our Arbalest should have a pretty easy time connecting to him, considering Blind Fire only has him as a target. Lovely. So yeah, is it more designed to
Victory, but a victory
Great
nonetheless.
Robber's Satchel to make it possible to bleed characters that would otherwise just be out of bleed's reach, because of just too high of a resistance stat? Or is there some other use to it that I'm not really seeing? Like, does some character... I mean, like, almost everybody has 100% base bleed chance.
Executed
Nice.
with impunity.
On on their skills. I don't remember anybody ever having like a really terrible chance to bleed. Maybe I need to double check the Plague Doctor and Occultist. Does the Occultist have a bleed chance? I don't think so. Like, his dagger doesn't cause bleeding. Alright. We're super debuffing her, which we should probably consider before too long.
Strike.
Alright, down to one spitter. I gotta admit, guys, I'm a little nervous. Even though, like, everything seems
victories
fine.
So too will
Buff skill
resistance.
chance, move skill chance, stun resistances. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? There we go. Everything, seems to be going fine, but I've had such a poor track record with Grave Robbers so far. I know that she was one of the classes that received some increases in the last patch. Maybe that's going to be enough to ensure that she stays alive. But I think it was largely related to damage more than
Packs
anything.
laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Yeah, we're still pretty good on supplies, all things considered. Let's see. Go ahead and head this way. Which, I think maybe the Arbalest might be interested in a book or two. Fortunately, not those books. Go ahead and head this way so that our torchlight is high for this hallway battle, and then we can kind of let it burn down. Now that we have a scout and know the coast is mostly clear for everything else. Let's see. Can we get the bleed? We did get the bleed. So we can do 5 to him. 14 is more than 5. If I learned anything in math class, it was that. Alright, your debuffs have all worn off. So we could break through, almost take him out. And then the Arbalest can take on the Cultist Acolyte. Not quite. A single breakthrough would take out both of them. Let's just take a pick to the face of a skeleton. Unfortunately, you take a little bit of stress, but then return the favor with a short sword.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Yep. I too believe they can be felled, they can be beaten. Alright, so this should be empty. We got a lovely scout for the entirety of the dungeon, so that actually helps. I think we may be able to do this without a single additional fight. If I am able to read a map correctly, which is not a foregone conclusion. I may very well have the map upside down. All of it is just unsettling passages. Okay. and then we'll start backtracking. Now, we could have encountered a fight in this hallway coming back through it, but since we didn't, we could then encounter a fight in this hallway coming back through it, but since we didn't, like, I think we would see it on the map right away, and since we did not, I believe that means that the coast is clear. Effectively, we're going to come through here. We should complete the mission on this next room, and then we could go to the final room, but it would be optional. I think I may go to the final room. Things seem to be okay. I'll go ahead and continue adventuring. I'm going to buff our torchlight quite a bit, and then we'll go ahead and press on towards the adventure's conclusion. Pack. Alright. Nice extra torch. I will take that, which will give us an opportunity to max out our light before walking in here.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
And we ended up with far too much food. I refuse to blame myself, as we picked up at least 10 inside the dungeon. So it would have been just the perfect amount had we not encountered a dinner cart. You could say I should have expected to encounter that dining cart, but you never know. So these guys have 60% bleed resist, so I'm thinking instead of Wicked Slice that we'll just do our like non-bleedy attack. I think it has better damage, or is it better accuracy? It's gotta be better damage. That makes sense. I think they're both base of 85. And then for her, go ahead and break through. Nice. Got these guys definitely into one-hit territory at the very least. I'm actually thinking a suppressing fire makes a decent amount of sense to get one more kill there. Yeah, so accuracy mod is 85. 85. Yeah, it does full damage. This has minus 15% damage debuff. It also has the opportunity to crit, whereas Open Vein does not. So that is the advantage to Wicked Slice. A little bit more damage, opportunity to get a critical strike. That makes sense. Alright, we got him down to 6. I'm thinking... that didn't quite do it. And then, unfortunately, our Hellion is going to be in no position to deal with a backline drummer. So we'll go ahead and just Adrenaline Rush her. It will not matter in the grand scheme of things what we do with her, considering it is very fitting that Baudry then gets the final killing blow.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I don't think they're unlocked strongboxes. They don't have like a hidden compartment like the big chests do. Alright, just a little bit of extra loot, and then we'll get out of here.
The twisting tunnels seem a little...
Guys, we did it.
Impossible.
We did it, guys. We kept a grave robber alive for a whole dungeon. I mean, level 1 isn't exactly something to celebrate, but I'll take it. Better leveling up to level 1 than putting them into our graveyard. Quick reflexes, Clotter, like a phobia, Second Wind, and Rabies. How did you get Rabies down here? What did you let bite you?
In truth, I
Terrible.
cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
Alright, so that went pretty well. Not too much stress on anybody really, except for Maunsell here. So she might want to head with 47, like, let's say the Abbey for prayer. And other than that, everybody else should be in still tip-top shape to take on another dungeon. We're doing pretty well on cash flow with the new economic changes. I was a little bit concerned about that, but things seem to be fine. We'll do a little bit of leveling maybe in between this episode and the next to get some of these characters, like the level 2 characters, could get their armor and weapons all leveled up. but I'll do that before you guys see me again. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, feel free to subscribe to see more videos daily. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.